Hi there, this is Gist Nigeria. Coming up on the program. Lingering ASUU strike. We assess the impact of the prolonged industrial action on public university students across the country. Alleged police brutality. Taxi driver demands justice after unlawful arrest and detention. And an investigation by the BBC uncovers evidence of an underground network in Kenya snatching babies from homeless mothers for profits. Plus,
my name is Oladiri Phillips. Check me out.
The business consultant helping small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria scale up and expand. Welcome to Gist Nigeria from the BBC and Channels TV. Here, we bring you the stories making the rounds on social media. I'm Ajoke Hulotse. Let's get right into our top story this week. It has been over 8 months since the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, went on strike. Their demands, amongst others, are that the federal government pay the agreed revitalization funds for public universities across the country. In a recent meeting with the federal government, some agreements were made, but the strike continues. Now, while students in public universities have been out of school, their counterparts in private universities have continued learning. So, what does this prolonged strike mean for Nigeria's education system? What plans does ASUU have as regards revamping the curriculum of public universities in the country? And is the government willing to meet all of these demands? Just Nigeria's Wale Fakile has been finding out.
Nigeria's young population has always been touted as its future. They are vibrant, bubbling with ideas and creativity, ingredients needed to propel the country into greatness. But an arm of tertiary education, a launch pad for refining and helping these young Nigerians meet their full potential, has been in limbo for months now. Classrooms across federal and state universities in the country have been under lock and key, with many students now wondering if they'll ever return to school. For Gideon, a final year student in a public university, the frustration and resultant helplessness from being out of school for 8 months are emotions he wasn't prepared for.
My plans have been scattered. I was hoping I would graduate in 2020. I was hoping I would serve in 2021. I was hoping I would start life early. Talking myself out of it is actually very hard because right here in Nigeria right now, or where I stay around me, I'm someone that loves to work. Now I'm trying to get a job now. No one wants to employ me. Everyone believes that ASUU can call up the strike anytime.
This disappointment and delay are, however, alien to Gideon's peers who got into school the same year he did. The difference? They are enrolled in one of the 79 private universities in the country.
I gained admission in 2016 and to the glory of God, I rounded off this year. I count myself among the lucky ones that I am in a private university and I did not get affected by the ASUU strike in any point.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, downed tools on March 23, berating the federal government for reneging on several agreements. The lecturers say there are 5 key outstanding demands that must be met before they call off their industrial action. These include setting up of visitation panels to universities, avenues to interact with state governments on the setting up of universities, renegotiation of the 2009 agreement, which addresses the working condition of lecturers, payment of outstanding salaries, and finally, the Revitalization Fund for universities. But 3 of these demands seem to be the big elephant in the room, so let's break them down. The lecturers want the federal government to discard its integrated payroll and personnel information system, IPPIS, as the payment platform for all emoluments. They say IPPIS does not take into consideration the peculiarity of the university system. Hence, it sometimes shortchanges the lecturers. This request has now been temporarily granted by the FG at a meeting between both sides on Friday, November 20th. ASUU also wants the sum offered by the FG as earned academic allowances for members of its union alone. But government insists that the funds should be shared with other university unions. And finally is the Revitalization Fund for the university education system. The FG had initially offered 20 billion, while ASUU says it will only settle for 110 billion, instead of the 220 billion it originally demanded. The FG has now offered an additional 15 billion for both earned academic allowances and the Revitalization Fund. ASUU's third demand, the Revitalization Fund, however, seems different from past requests from the lecturers. It undiscussed the need to revamp Nigeria's university education system through adequate government funding, something that stopped in 2017. According to the ASUU chairman, University of Lagos chapter,
the Revitalization Fund is not accruable to lecturers. I mean, these are funds required to rehabilitate students' hostels, expand lecture theaters, provide reagents in the laboratories, put modern books in the library, and provide a conducive learning environment that is globally competitive.
The question then is, why does it seem like the federal government is now unwilling to meet the lecturers halfway on this demand?
We have held very fruitful discussion, and government moved from their initial 20 billion for the Revitalization Fund and 30 billion payable now for earned allowances in the university system. A proposal in one basket for 25 billion revitalization and 40 billion earned allowances for all the unions in the universities was put in one basket.
There are, however, concerns that if disbursed, this fund might be an exercise in futility if the university curriculum is not upgraded to meet global standards and prepare graduating students to meet the steep competition in the marketplace.
That's not correct. As I speak with you, curricula in Nigerian universities are undergoing constant review, and we have evidence of students leaving Nigeria and going elsewhere in the world and proving their mettle. The problem is that the environment in Nigeria is so debilitating.
There's been a series of strike actions embarked on by Nigerian lecturers before this one. But will this latest industrial action lead to the much desired change across Nigerian public universities? This and many other questions are what students like Gideon, who bear the brunt of the stalemate, eagerly await answers to.
It's depressing, but what can we do? We just gotta move on.
Wale Fakile, Gist Nigeria.
Indeed, ASUU and the government must come to an agreement to enable these students return to school. So, what do you make of the continuous stay-at-home of public university students as a result of the prolonged ASUU strike? Tell us on Twitter at Gist Nigeria TV.